Wow, it's fully alarmed. Hello and welcome to MotorHome Beat Beat. My name is Alan and we're on a special one today that should be very interesting for two reasons. One, it's a special person, it's Lady Diana's final resting place, and two, there is an intriguing question that there's been suggestions that she's not here. She's up the road at St Mary's Church the Virgin in the village where all the Spencer family are buried, including her father. I would think she's there really on the island. I'm going to show you the island now. Look. But we are going to the church next, so it should be interesting. That's like a symbolic urn there, but you can't see the actual building and grave. But the reason that people think that is because if she was buried in the church, there'd be masses of people going there. There could even be grave robbers and silly things like that. So to deflect the attention away by having this would make perfect sense. And then secondly, of course, this brings masses of tourism. The staff told me over 50% of people come here just because of Diana. So who knows? You tell me in the comments what you think and we'll examine the story. It's going to be very interesting. So we'll do the official one first and then we're going to go to the unofficial place and see the crypt of the Spencers. So hang around till the end because it's going to be good. Let's have a little look. Super place, by the way. Very inexpensive. Bit of a walk. So basically, I think, yeah, it's made of sort of plaster. We can read that, look, there we are. This bench was given to Charles IX, Earl Spencer, by the tenants and employees of his estate, in memory of his sister Diana, Princess of Wales, 1st of July 1998. There we are. Hello Diana. I'm hoping I can make a good film to represent you. Yeah, it's nice. I don't think it's really marble, it's like plaster, but anyway, it's nice. There's the plaques. I think some days I've seen people there and it's been very busy. It's like I'm on my own totally. It's amazing. So for once I've brought some fresh flowers. I don't normally do this, but I thought on this occasion I would do. So here we go. I'm going to put them down. If I can manage my camera at the same time. There we are. There we go. Very nice. Wow. Absolutely nobody here. It's so tranquil, look. Unbelievable. It's like I'm the only person. So amazing. Very, very peaceful. Diane is one of those people that you always remember where you were when you heard that she died. Where were you? I was actually in the attic of my house in Bradford watching TV with Pauline. Yeah, Elvis Presley, John Lennon, all these people, they're sort of iconic. And with her dying young, she's a little bit, I mean, like Marilyn Monroe. They never get old, do they, because they die young. So tell me in the comments where you were and how you felt. She probably is buried there, but you know, for me and for everybody who's watching, I'm going to send our best wishes to Diana. And if you want to pass a little thought now, spin it round. You can. It doesn't matter that you're not here. I mean, it's what you're thinking that matters. So if you want to send your wishes to Diana, this is your moment.
For me, all the things that come from children who've obviously spent hours of work on paintings, pictures, cards, anything like that, and things they've baked at home. It's wonderful.
Baked?
Oh yes.
Have you had cakes?
Yes. There's so many Smarties you can hardly see what it is. And it's lovely.
Might not be able to go over there, but at least they can have a little touch of the water. There we go. There we are. So it's quite warm. I actually went to London, like millions of people did, and I went to see the car passed the park. Was it Regent's Park when Elton John was doing his version of Candle in the Wind? And I hope I've got that right, but maybe I'm wrong. But we were there, and I ran out towards the edge of the park and threw my flowers onto the car like lots of people did. And it was like a mass grief, wasn't it, for the first time. I didn't know, to be honest, I really didn't know that much about Diana, probably. Although I do follow the royal family, but of course a lot of the revelations about what had gone on in her life came out afterwards. This is the first place, Althrop, where Charles met Diana, and she came here, and later on in 1981 they got engaged. She was only 16 at the time and he was 29, so quite an age difference really, but yeah, I'm sorry, it didn't work out, did it? I mean, they thought they could mould her. I think she, from what I've read, she kind of pretended she liked Scotland and fishing and all that kind of thing to woo him, but when it came down to it, she really didn't, and they didn't match. But that's another story. We're to decide about the grave, aren't we? But I do know when she died, he was really properly grief-stricken, even though they'd separated. He insisted on going to the hospital in Paris, even though the Queen had said no originally. And he went to see her, and people said he sobbed. And on the actual day of a funeral, of course, his two sons, they walked behind the coffin, and at the time they were only 15 and 12. And I think he deeply regrets that now, because it was a bit traumatic for him. But yeah, it's terribly sad. If it wasn't Diana, if it was just a normal lady to die at that age and to leave your sons behind, it makes no difference whether you're famous or you're not. Terribly sad. I'm coming around to the point now. It started raining, but strangely enough I can't feel the rain. Maybe a divine presence is keeping it off me. I don't think so. Look, that is the urn just coming around the corner. Looks really pretty with the rain coming down. I think I've got to hide under a tree. So we're at that point now where we're coming up to the mooring bit where the boat can go across to the island, and of course Harry and William go over there, I think at Christmas sometimes when they've got the time. And you can actually see the mooring point over there, and behind it over here is the boat. So it's there. I wonder if they'd let me borrow it for the day. Just going to go have a quick look. Yeah, you can see it there, look. There's two. Yeah, there's two. There we go. You can see it's only a quick jaunt over. Yeah. I've just got to tell you all, they've got a boat out for me privately, look. I'm going over. If only that was true. Look. Wow. Wouldn't it be great if you could just go over now? And then we'd know for sure. Oh. If I'd have done what he'd have done, they'd put me in prison now, wouldn't they? So unfair, isn't it? Okay, we're going to have a look at the house now, briefly, and then we're going to go and look at St Mary's the Virgin Church, where she could be. So hang around, there's plenty to come. That's the entrance to the Stables restaurant. It used to be the old Stables itself. So here I'm in what they call a Stables Cafe. If you go in there, it's the old Stables, and it literally is what it was, the old Stables. And they converted it into a little sandwich place and coffees, you know, nothing special, but nice surroundings in the square. Oh yeah, you can have a little snack in here if you want. You can see. Courtyard just for the cafe, and of course they always have a gift shop, don't they? Always. Gift shop is compulsory. So a quick tour of the outside, just so you can see the actual. This is the bit where the Stables restaurant is there, and then you've got over there the main property, which we'll go and have a quick look at. See you later. Okay, we'll go to St Mary the Virgin Church now, about a mile away, and we'll see the Spencer Crypt and see what we think at the end of the film, because the staff say she's on the island down there, the oval, but is she really? Are they just saying that because that's part of the cover? Anyway, let's go have a look and we'll make our mind up. See you over there. Diane was born on July the 1st, 1961 near Sandringham in England. She was the daughter of Edward John Spencer, the Viscount Althrop, and Frances Ruth Burke Roach. She had two older sisters, Jane Fellows and Sarah McCorkindale, and a younger brother, Charles Spencer, 9th Earl Spencer. Another brother, John, died in infancy a year before Diana was born. She became Lady Diane Spencer after her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer in 1975. Diane met Prince Charles in 1977 when he was dating her older sister Sarah. Although 13 years her senior, Charles took interest in her as a potential bride when they reconnected at a mutual friend's home during the summer of 1980. Charles was usually the subject of media attention, and his courtship to Diana was no exception. The press and the public were fascinated by this seemingly odd couple. The reserved, garden-loving princess and the shy young woman with an interest in fashion and popular culture. Diane met Charles' family during a visit to Balmoral Castle in Scotland and was well received by Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Charles and Diana had been dating for just a few months when he proposed to her in Windsor Castle on February the 3rd, 1981. She was so surprised that on February the 6th, 1981, when Prince Charles proposed again, she'd initially thought it was a joke. Charles and Diana made headlines during a television interview following their engagement when Charles was asked if they were in love. Diane responded with, "Of course," while Charles added, "Whatever love means," adding the phrase, "In love is open to your own interpretation." Diane Spencer became Diane, Princess of Wales, when she married Charles on July the 29th, 1981. Their wedding took place at St Paul's Cathedral in the presence of 2,650 guests. The couple arrived separately and departed together by carriage through the streets of London. The royal wedding ceremony was broadcast on television around the world to nearly 1 billion people from 74 countries. Diane and Charles had two sons together, Princess William Arthur Philip Louise, born on the 21st of June 1982, and Princess Henry Charles Albert David, known widely as Prince Harry, born on September the 15th, 1984. In January 1982, 12 weeks into her pregnancy with William, Diane deliberately threw herself down the stairs at Sandringham House, royal residence in Norfolk, because she was feeling so despondent and inadequate in their marriage to Charles, estranged over the years, and Diane struggled with depression and bulimia. Diane's separation from Charles was announced in December 1992 by the British Prime Minister John Major, who read a statement from the royal family to the House of Commons during the infamous 1995 interview with the BBC programme Panorama. Diana questioned whether Charles could handle becoming king one day and said of his relationship with Camilla, "Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." The interview proved to be the final straw, and shortly afterwards, Queen Elizabeth urged Diana and Charles to officially end their marriage. While visiting Paris, Diane and Fayed were involved in a car crash early in the morning of August the 31st, 1997, reportedly after trying to escape from members of the paparazzi. On the morning of September the 6th, 1997, Diane's funeral procession commenced from Kensington Palace. An estimated 2.5 billion people tuned in on televisions to watch the ceremony at Westminster Abbey. Okay, so we've got here, we're in Great Bringto at St Mary's the Virgin Church. Very posh actually, look We've got thatched roofs over there. Quite a lot of thatched roofs around here. I was thinking of getting one for me. It's a lovely looking church, actually, it really is. So this is where the deliberating goes on. Is Diana buried here? I tend to think she's on the Oval, where they say she is, but you never know. It would make sense from a tourist point of view, wouldn't it? And the fact was they opened the crypt, I believe. No, I don't know that. That's another. Did they really open the crypt? But they said, some people say they did when she died. And because of the fact that all the family's here, that's why the rumour started that she's really here, and the other one's just a place where the tourists look. So who knows? We don't really know, do we? Beautiful view, by the way. But of course it would make sense for tourism down there, wouldn't it? But maybe she's in the crypt. Let's go and find out. You tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments, and we'll put all the facts out, and we'll deliberate. People are saying there is a slab there that's been removed not so long ago. I mean, it is 20 plus years now, but that was the idea. Did they change their mind and not bury it on the island at Althorp and bring it here instead? And there's a close connection to the Washington family, of course, of President fame. Oh, wow. Very weathered though, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, graveyard's big, it's really big at the back. Fantastic tree. So the bodies in that section there for the Spencers, they had to take them out and cremate them because the water table were letting the water into the building, and they were getting flooded. So they've all been cremated. I guess the coffins had rot, all that sort of thing. So yeah, you think they could buy a pump, really, wouldn't you? I offered to go to to get one, but they didn't seem to want me to do it. So this is the bit where some of the Spencer family are out here. So I'm just going to have a look at the stones and see if I can read them. Oh, there we go. It says, get my back right. There we John Spencer, original 1868, 1874. Not easy, just not easy to read, are they really, you know? They're just not. Okay, let's go in. I'll go in with you at the same time. There we go. Hello. Wow, it's massive. Absolutely massive. Yeah. Amazing. And what they have, the Spencers have a section at the bottom, and it's private. They've all been buried here, except Diana. So did Charles Spencer, that she would go here? I'll spin it round so you can see. The theory at the time was that there is a concrete slab at the far end there, and it says the concrete slab is fairly fresh. I mean, it's 20 plus years now, so, but you can see that slab is fresher than the rest. So the theory is that you know, that could be Lady Diana. That's the Spencer Chapel. There we are, you see. The shrine of a noble family for 5 centuries in unbroken series is well nigh unique even in England. Photographs shown memorial plaque of Edward John, 8th Earl Spencer, and the plaque is in situ in the chapel bay of 1846. Yeah, so it says alarm there. Wow, they're always so eerie, aren't they? Because, you know, the statuettes are all laid so formally to rest. So there is a grave for Washington here somewhere. have a look down here. So you see, these are all the key figures of the Spencer family. I think that's it, isn't it? This tombstone of Lawrence Washington, created great-great-great-grandfather of the United States of America, who was buried here in December 1666. Wow. Yeah, you can read it all if you want. Pause. We can't see any. That is where she possibly could be over there, but we don't know. I can't see as well as you. I can't see as well as you now. But all these, like the Spencer family, I mean, originally they'd be farmers, you know, and of course nowadays it's great wealth. But you can actually book a wedding at Althrop. Of course, it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands. But I was told that Diana, when she used to stay there, she stayed in a modest room in the attic. The grand bedrooms that people see on the tour are not the room she wanted to be in. So sometimes people might stay in an attic room and not realise they're staying in the bedroom that Diana used to use. I think the grand bedrooms were used by her children, Williams and Harry, but she used to like the modest attic because it was cosy. There we go, you see. She wasn't so flamboyant, was she? So really, the Spencer family have been here about 500 years, but this church goes back to 1200 years ago, so it's well before them. In olden days, churches were used for everything, you know, meeting places, markets, you name it, they used the church for it. But, you know, of course, nowadays they're trying to use churches for other things because they're left empty all the time. And the thing which is quite terrible is that back there, the chap doing the grass said the stones were turned over in the garden and they'd been stealing the lead off the roof. So, unbelievable. And when police turned up, they said, it's too late, it's going to be on its way abroad by now. But English Heritage wouldn't let them use a synthetic material for the roof. They had to use lead again. So it's all vulnerable once more, isn't it? It's ridiculous, that. It should make it easier. He said there is a section of this church down here where you can't see the roof from outside. That's a slightly newer part, if you want to call it new. They wanted to put solar panels on there, but they wouldn't let them, even though they can't be seen. English Heritage, I don't know. Make it easy. So, yeah. And if you look at this floor, it's 1800s. The marble matches. Look at it, you see? Look how cleverly it's been carved. So everything matches. Super, that, isn't it? I love that. I love that. Love the stained glass. So we'll never know, really. Yes. If I had to guess, I would think Diana is not there. I think it's just a rumour. But I can't be sure, can I? I'm not in the know. Just look at that door. Isn't that door amazing? I love the old doors. That's what you call a lock, isn't it? Wow, look at the size of that thing. I always wonder who made it. Who made... Oh. Look at the size, that's superb. It even has instructions on that. Turn, push door. This to shut, pull the ring. Wow. Oh, so you've got not designer woodworm, it's the real McCoy. It was sad how she died. It was an accident. I mean, there was neglect there because they were all tipsy, weren't they? And the driver was tipsy, the bodyguard was the only one with a belt on. And of course, that little Fiat swerved in front of it and caused the accident. They never found the car. That was strange. But I do think it was an accident. And the car smacked straight into the post in the middle of the bonnet. And that was it. Yeah. Of course, Mr. Al-Fayed didn't believe it, did he? But when all that evidence came forward, I think even he had to start to think it was an accident and it wasn't some some attempts by the royal family. So that was Diana. She didn't lead a good life, did she, really, unfortunately? Money doesn't buy everything, does it? As long as people love you, that's what really matters. And you've got good friends and family. Anyway, so if you've liked the film today, don't forget to subscribe and ding the notifications bell. A thumbs up and a comment would be fantastic. I love comments. And I hope I see you on the next one soon. And I try and speak to everybody, so take care from me, Alan at MotorHome Beep Beep. I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.